So, peaceful day to you all, and welcome back to Radical Truth. A few things have happened, and I have had a few inspirations, which has led me to talk about this topic. So, we're going to talk about, is it negative to acknowledge negativity, or is it positive to acknowledge negativity? Now, I know for some of you this will be a bit of a head twister, but you can do it. You can do it, okay? And the reason why it's a head twister for some of you is because we've been conditioned to think, feel, behave, and see life through a particular viewpoint. And what has happened is we have gone and tailored that viewpoint to our individual blueprint, influenced by DNA, yes, influenced by environment, yes. However, ultimately, it all leads back to you. And those viewpoints determine your behavior, the way you think and feel, and also the way that you digest information. Okay? So, somebody DM'd me and they were explaining to me that my podcast, my episodes, they find them quite negative. And they remember some years ago, starting from 2013, when I used to do workshops. I used to do integrity workshops where we used to look at authenticity, integrity, responsibility, and enrichment. And that was a very transformative time in my life, because that was when I actually had my initiation out of my issues, depression, sadness, lack of self-control, lack of esteem, out of isolation, and all that stuff. Yeah. And when I had that initiation, and then my light shined bright enough to, spread knowledge and support other people. So this person was showing distress about the fact that they found me quite positive back then, and they're finding me quite negative now. Now, I always look at what people say, and I tap in and I go, is that something I need to take on or not? Is that something I need to explain, or is it something that I don't need to explain? And I can honestly say that I can see what that person's saying. However, what you guys need to understand is that when you are blessed by the gods and you have been given the honor of having them assist you on your life journey, you not only get protection, but you also get unlimited knowledge and opportunities for growth. Okay? So, with that said, My question to that person is, I mean, I haven't responded directly. I've just said thanks for sharing, because I truly believe that sometimes people need to really home in on the idea that when they are triggered by something, it's about them, you know, and you can seek insight about what's going on from someone else. But when they have membership subscriptions and paid services, you need to do what you need to do for yourself and invest in answering your questions. Okay? So thank you for sharing and inspiring me to talk about something that I think many people will be thinking about me directly, and other people who are like me. Now, yes, I used to focus on transformation, mind transformation, and directive positive behavior. However, as time's gone on, I'm now sharing with you guys how to deal with negativity when it tries to get in the way of your positivity. And that doesn't make you negative because you're acknowledging the negativity that's trying to present itself as an obstacle, a sabotage, an aggressor, a drainer, to put you back into the space where you don't want to be, whether it's in regards to your work, your relationships, your self-relationship, your parenting, your relationship with your health. It doesn't matter. There are going to be negative situations that arise where you need the tool package on how to deal with those situations. And the first thing that you need in that tool package, toolbox, is to acknowledge that negativity exists. This isn't about judging people. It's about you. This is about you understanding who you are in this world. Again, I'm sure I've said before, there are different types of human beings, and therefore they need different schools of thought. They're not going to teach you this in school, college, university. They're not going to teach you it. We have an education of being human, which is very surface level. It's based on, oh, we're human because we've got eyes. We're human because we've got 10 fingers. We're human because we've got 2 legs. Like, just sit back and think about how surface level that is. With saying that we're human based on those things, it's very, 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 it's like the beginning stages of life, like evolution, to the point where we're still being compared to monkeys. The deepness of human beings is mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling. And you are the kind of human being who has sat back and thought to themselves, you know what, I'm kind of different, you know. Besides the fact that I have 2 hands, 2 feet, 10 fingers, 10 toes, 2 eyes, a nose and a head. Besides the fact that I'm either a male or a female, there's something about me that I need to learn that I can't seem to seek in the world, that's very, very integral to me existing in this form and on this plane. right? And with that come certain things, gifts, energies, things that surpass the regular human expectations to get up, go to work, have children, not have children, regulate yourself. Like, you sense that, and you're right about it. You're right that you're a different kind of human being. Some say they're God. Some say that they're an angel. Some say, whatever that looks like to you, that's what it is. Some say they're an empath. Some say they're a narcissist. Whatever it looks like to you, that's what it is. I can't tell you what it is. But what I can do is speak to the human beings who are like me. And the human beings who are like me understand that we're on another level. We're in a new dimension. We have hyper-focused on learning how to transform our minds so that we are on our thoughts, learning how to reconnect with our feelings and name them properly and be comfortable with that. And now we need to get to the next level. I'm not going to name it. How's about you name your next level? Right? Yeah. But this level here, we have to understand how the negativity can mess up our day. We have to understand how the negativity can affect our ability to live in peace so we remain connected to ourselves and successful. Doesn't make you negative acknowledging that. There are different types of humans out there who have different roles and behave differently, and their assignments different. So if we acknowledge that there's different types of humans out there, and we acknowledge that we're a different type of human, we acknowledge that we go to a different school of thought and practice. And that requires us to understand the benefits and the challenges that come with it, with the topic that we're studying about ourselves. It's important. I remember someone said to me that they were having some difficulties, and they were kind of being sabotaged by a group of people, which I could see. And I was trying to encourage the person to, act on it and, create a great wall of China around what she was trying to do so that the naysayers couldn't break down, sabotage what she wanted to do, what she was doing. I've seen it happening right before my eyes. And I remember kind of, spoke up and put pressure on her to, defend herself. And she said that bosses don't react. Let them do what they want to do. They can't, stop what she's doing. And I was just like, but they are, though. It's happening right now. I mean, these days I'm not, I don't push it with people. You know, and that made me look at, where am I doing that in my life? Where am I not facing? Where am I allowing people to take my power? Where am I not being powerful? Where am I not saying, okay, you're that type of human, you're trying to break down my stuff, so I'm going to show you who the authority is here in my life. Because people will come into your life and claim an authoritative position. Men do it all the time to women. Oh, she's mine now. And then they're like, oh, you must behave this way, and you should do this and that. You should wear your hair like this. You should wear this makeup, or you shouldn't wear makeup, or you should just have your natural hair, or you shouldn't have your natural hair. You should go to the gym. You should cook. You should clean. You should discipline your children or not discipline your children. Like, it's that kind of stuff. You know? You should let me do this. You should let me do that. There are subtle ways you guys are allowing people to come in your life and claim authority under the guise that you don't want to come across negative. It's not negative to acknowledge negativity. It's like you are putting yourself in a position where you're just spiritually blind when you have the capabilities of having foresight. You have the capabilities to have foresight, hence why you're that type of human being. You've been gifted with the ability to see the future, to see people's intentions. I'm not even just talking on a discernment level either. I'm talking on a deep level. You have the ability to heal people, either through word or touch. You've got to cultivate these abilities. Can't stop doing you in order to not dysregulate other people. I'm here to tell you that there are ways that you can use your gifts to foresee things and know what areas of life to protect yourself. And if they do break it down or attack or come with confrontation because they've been dysregulated by who you are, you can rectify the situation. Not only through boundaries, but through disabling them, disarming them. And that can be done through prayer, visualization, and just making certain moves. And not making certain moves, not sharing your moves, remaining exclusive, being silent. It's not negative to acknowledge negativity. At this point, we are emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and financially mature enough to be able to take that information on. We've been through the school of positivity. Now it's time to marry positivity and negativity together and bring that balance in. balancing the disciplinary and the nurturer. You have the power to do that and the knowledge to do that. I regularly post on a particular social media site because I am good at astrology and I understand the planets and the signs and how they come together quite well. So I post and I answer people will post questions, etc., and I will answer the questions. So the other day, somebody asked me to look at their chart and give them some insight, and they found me because they read a comment that I put up on somebody else's post. So I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. I said that I will answer that particular question. However, if you want me to go deeper or elaborate, then we're going to have to look at the coaching package where I use your birth chart to support your self-development. This person responded and she said, or he said, I don't know who it was, it's okay, don't bother look at my chart. I'm paraphrasing. So I don't like people who charge for health information. LOL. And that person's not the first person that I've said that said that. I've heard people say that they don't like people to charge for spiritual information. So you will go to university, college, or do a short course, and you will pay for that within a system course. If you pay the government, you will pay the system, and you will pay. You're selective about who you pay for certain information. So I responded and I said, thank you for letting me know that your intention was to drain me. That your intention was to take. Thank you for letting me know. And I hope that you have you find what you're looking for and you learn to, read your chart for yourself. And I carried on with my day. Now, it's so funny because so many people class themselves as good people, especially when it comes to the spiritual journey and self-development world and all that kind of stuff. It's so funny. Do you know what that person went and done? A couple of days later, I got a message from that social media site stating that my post about the 12th house, which I'm sure was the post that intrigued that person to come to me initially, has been deleted because the information that I stated was incorrect. Specifically, I stated that the 12th house is ruled by Pisces, and it's not. Now, what do you think that person's intention was? What do you think that person wanted to gain by doing that? Do you think that I can just go, oh, it's not positive to look at negativity and, they can't bring me down and they can't stop me? Well, she just did, or he just did. They just did that. They just blocked my shit. No, I could look at what is happening for me right now, why that's happening. What's happening for me right now is that I'm putting myself out there more. I'm sharing my knowledge. I'm shining my light brighter, and I'm supporting others to do the same. And as a positive, it's going to rub people up the right way. It's going to support humanity to become better people. However, as a negative, it's going to cause and attract people who want to stop me for different reasons. And one reason being that they can't access me for free. They're pissed off that they actually have to give and take. Now, I'm not going to become disgruntled by that. I'm just going to see it and go, oh, okay, this is the types of things that can happen here. And this is what I'm going to do in order to prevent that from happening in the future. So what I've done is switched off my messages. Because that person got so aggravated that I read them basically and let them know that you're not going to drain me. That they basically tried to attack me. And didn't care how that's going to affect me. They were like, okay, bitch, you don't want to give it to me for free. You ain't making no money off no one. They've restored the comment. But you can't avoid negativity. You can't avoid protecting yourself and being real about what's going on. These people are pathetic. I remember when I came back from Bali in 2013, because that message from that person that asked me that question, the original question, you know, how come I've gone negative, so to speak? That question sparked thoughts within me and made me go back to the beautiful days of when I'm just smiling right now, when I first, you know, felt like I had made it within myself. When I finally found like I found that space, that peace, which I always maintain, and when I'm pulled off track for whatever reason, you know, I'm able to get back there. And I was driving down the road, it was night, it was dark. I was just reflecting, I just have thoughts, and I was driving down the road, just kind of chit-chatting to myself. And I was like, you know, when I was in that country, I just felt completely different. People were nice and whatever. And the situation was nice, being on the retreat with my guru. And I was like, since I've come back, I'm very much set apart from the rest in terms of how I think and feel, the motivation that I have, the self-love that I have is very different to people here in the UK, and in the West. And I remember saying to myself, this place is like a spiritual dustbin. It's like a dustbin just filled with negativity instead of rubbish and waste, like tins and stuff. It's actually a spiritual dustbin. People are sad, they don't know themselves, they're aggressive. It's a very low vibrational environment, which I had to learn how to navigate. I was like, shit, I want to go back. And I do sometimes over the years. I'll go to India and stay in the ashram, chill with the people who mind their own business. I'm not saying it's all perfect, but there's a code of conduct in terms of when situations arrive, we revert to that to solve what you could call conflicts or situations. And what I want you guys to know is that you being you and being on this side of the hemisphere is a contradiction to who you are. The majority are not like you. There's different types of people, and you have to go into different spaces in order to live out your existence. So therefore, don't be shy about that. Just be willing to know that and understand it. Be brave enough to know that you can stand in the world, be you, and face any negativity that arises. And just going back to that message, it's funny because the reason why I blocked the messages, I'm going to tell you why I blocked the messages, because anytime I have attracted clients from that particular website, they've never inboxed me. Just to give you some context as to why I made that decision, I sat there and I was like, where's this coming from? What's going on here? They've never messaged me directly through that site. They've emailed me, or they've gone to my website. Ain't that something? So I thought to myself, I don't need to use this part of this app. And that's how I claimed back my authority. Because these people want to come in your life and claim authority. They want to just assume authority. They want to assume position. No. You're too right. There's nothing they could do to you. But you have to be active about that. You have to be active about that. And the way that you're active about that is reconnecting yourself back to your feelings. Naming your feelings properly. I actually did this yesterday with a client. We always tailor his coaching sessions around what's going on at work. And we discovered, again, another chosen one, another bright star, another great one. who has misplaced emotions, misplaced feelings, naming them wrong, tackling challenges from a space of worry and not from a space of excitement, not realizing that you call it excitement worry, and having that epiphany within the first 30 minutes of the session, not needing the other half an hour. Ready to go, he was ready to go. He had the epiphany and he was ready to go. He was like, right, Serena, I've got it, yes. Now he's going to tackle challenges completely different. Why? Because he acknowledged what he was saying to himself negatively. And he understands that not acknowledging the negativity makes that energy spill out into his work, spill out amongst his staff. Beautiful being, beautiful person, very concerned about how he treats people, especially his staff, very concerned, in a high position, continuously reflecting, remaining in his true purpose. Woo! I even feel honored that I am his coach and counselor. Honored, successful man. And if you don't get it, then it's not for you. I'm gonna over explain myself, because those who know, I love that saying, because it just cuts it all out. It's not negative to notice negativity. It's negative to continue to be negative. It's not negative to acknowledge negativity. It's not negative to tackle it head on. What's negative is the different kinds of human beings who come and try to attack those who are want to be peaceful. The antagonists that come and try and disrupt people's peace. That's what's negative. Not being real about that. And this is why we live in radical truth. We don't play. Not playing around. So yeah, if you guys, want to ask one-to-one questions and dig deep into talking about what's going on for you privately, then feel free to message me, email me, DM me, and we can do this. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, people. I'm really excited today. I'm performing this evening and so positive. Energy's good.